Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Naruto Shippuden, episode 127. What happened last time?
Last time we got Itachi finding Naruto in the woods, trapping him in a genjutsu, talking a little bit, and then leaving. Naruto didn't tell anyone about that. We also got several conversations with Jiraiya and Tsunade, sort of reminiscing on the past, mourning Orochimaru. Then Jiraiya had to leave and go off into the Hidden Rain village to find the leader of the Akatsuki.
Indeed. Gonna get right into this. Hope you guys enjoy the reaction. Let's go.
I have two bells in my hand, and the fact that there are only two means
that one of us will lose.
Very sharp, Orochimaru.
Hey, if I get a bell, then you go out with me, Tsunade.
Fine, but when you lose, don't bother me anymore, all right?
Yeah, all right, let's do this. So many chances. Here goes.
Why is Jiraiya always so stylish?
I know, yeah, he has an awesome outfit.
And you have to stay away from me.
All of them do, actually.
Shut up, stupid flat as a board, Tsunade.
What did you just say to me, you little brainy perv?
Now, I'd say that's enough. Ade and Orochimaru may go.
Bye.
Yeah, they all have way cooler outfits. Like they all have like a similar style. It's kind of
How
cool.
can a ninja keep falling into such obvious traps?
Can't help it.
Perhaps you're simply lacking a purpose to give you direction.
Like,
Yes, we can try that. That just may work.
what? What is it?
Don't get too excited. Just watch this.
I love flashes to him for a second, like...
Whoa, cool.
It's the summoning jutsu. It's simple, really.
I want to make a contract with that one, too. Right now.
Sorry, but that you can't do. The same way every man is destined to a different fate. So too is the animal to whom he is entwined.
So what animal am I entwined with?
Before you can make such a contract, you need to become more adept at infusing chakra and making signs.
What? Come on. Are you kidding me? More training?
You will always find the answer to any problem within your training. Jiraiya had found a balance. And from that day on,
I wonder why Orochimaru was
he
so
began
fucked
taking
up.
his training seriously. However,
The only thing that matters is training, Orochimaru. Holy shit.
Transportation technique or else. Oh, come on.
If I were to have a boyfriend, I'd choose Orochimaru over a brainy perv like you.
I will not stand for that.
I just have to become the ultimate ninja and then I'll sweep Tsunade off her feet. Now that I know what I need to do, there's no time to waste.
Just so shallow.
look at that.
They all are every time.
Becoming a ninja.
And not just Tsunade. I'm gonna get all the pretty girls. Let's see. Concentrate my chakra. Make the seal. Boar, dog, bird, monkey, sheep.
No, wait! There's no telling what will happen if you use the transportation technique without making a contract! And go!
Just transported himself. Oh my god. Man, are we gonna get to see where all the frogs just live?
Scooby-Doo. Like,
Whoa.
isn't this fucking crazy?
I've been
even are we?
asking since day one, where do they come from? Oh.
Wait! Hold it right there! I, the great Master Jiraiya, will fight!
He calls himself Master. It's like... That was my friend, actually. We were just getting ready. We were just deciding where to go for lunch.
It's a human child.
Are you seriously a talking toad?
To think that a human would come to Mount Miyoboku.
Mount
I never
Miyoboku.
thought I'd see it.
All these statues.
Master Fukasaku, it's a human child. So I see. You have arrived at last.
You say that as though you were expecting me to show up all along.
That's because we knew you were coming. The great elder predicted this very happenstance.
Yeah, like he has
That is
the same
very
symbol.
essence of the dream which I have dreamt for myself. My very own prophecy. But wait, if I'm that human child, then what does the prophecy say about me?
Well, I'm afraid I don't know.
What?
You must stay here and train, and wait for the great Lord Elder's prophecy.
Wait,
What?
I made up my mind to become strong so that I'd be popular with the girls. Not so I'll be popular with frogs.
There's no point in complaining, but
He looks like
destiny's your
Yoda.
destiny.
He does! I never thought of it like that.
That is proof enough that you are indeed the chosen one that the great Lord Elder spoke of.
Chosen, huh? Some of that. Becoming strong? That's pretty tempting too.
From that day forward, the village of Toads and the hidden leaf
Oh, I thought he just wasn't gonna be able to go back for a while.
and training to become a sage.
Isn't that so fucking cool?
That's really cool. It's also cool to see them doing like actual training as a team.
Yeah.
Like, hasn't been done. Apparently, it's not the style they do anymore.
Without a doubt, I've gotten stronger since coming here, but today is as cold as ever. Well, not just that. If I was destined to be the chosen one, should my purpose be merely to impress girls? Is that really the only reason that I'm trying to become strong?
Jiraiya! Jiraiya!
Yeah?
The first time he thought of that, he was 17.
Lord Elder has summoned you.
What? The Great Lord Elder did?
Yes, you must hurry. He has seen your prophecy at last.
What? Are you serious, Bunta?
It's gonna be something dumb.
Oh,
It's
how
huge.
nice. So you finally come. I'm glad. But, who are you again?
Lord, this is Jiraiya. Jiraiya!
Jiraiya.
Oh, yes. Of course, I remember it all now. My, you sure have grown.
You're the one who summoned him here in the first place, you great senile geezer!
How dare you! You mustn't refer to the great Lord Elder as a senile geezer! Have some more respect, would ya?
Now, let's not fight. Spouses must do their best to get along. Oh, and by the way, who are you again?
Oh my god.
I will relate my dream. You, who are singularly pervy, should become a great ninja. And once you do, you shall acquire an apprentice of your very own.
Pervy? Oh, I can't believe he remembers that of all things.
That apprentice will become a ninja who will bring about a great change in the ninja world. That
What kind of great change?
either great stability or great destruction, the likes of which this world has never seen. But which of these two I cannot say.
So it's either one or the other. What does that mean exactly?
You will be the one to guide this revolutionary change, and eventually there will come a day when you will be forced to make a critical selection.
To make a selection?
Yes, and whatever choice you end up making, it will direct the way that this great change is going to go.
What must I do in order to make the correct choice?
In my dream, I see you traveling around the world writing books.
Writing books? But what for?
I do not know, but perhaps it means you shall travel widely, seeing all things in this universe.
But Great Lord Elder, have any of your prophecies ever not come to pass?
No, never.
So you're going to start traveling?
At this point in my life, I just can't be a guide to a revolutionary. And I certainly don't know how to make the right choice in my prophecy. I think what I need now is time to see more of the world and meet different people.
I see. While Jiraiya journeyed and searched for the
Of the
meaning
third
behind
Hokage.
the Lord Elder's dream, the state of the world grew steadily more chaotic, and within each land's borders, internal strife increased as well. And everywhere, people began to suffer great hardships. Young man, may I ask where you're traveling?
I journeyed from land to land, as I was foretold in a dream.
Oh my, what's wrong?
Here, have one. It's milk candy.
What the?
It's a puppet. This child tells me destiny
This
is
is
something
terrible.
you search for. Destiny is something you latch onto when it appears. An age of war is coming. My mechanical skills are useless in times of peace, but some lord may pay a high price for my services in battle.
So he's a shinobi too. He's chosen to ride the wave toward the age of destruction. That will only hasten it.
Come on, let's do something fun, please. What's that you're writing anyway?
Basically, it says that riding on the wave of the times can never bring about the revolutionary change that we need to achieve peace.
You know, if you really want to change something, change me.
I suppose you're right. That sounds like a lot more fun.
This is fraud! Hold it right there! I'll take over now. If you want to fight, fight me!
Just so
Fate is so
cringy.
cruel. I've worked hard to better my land with what little knowledge I have, and yet...
So this guy's dissatisfied with the way the world is going too. Here, pal, have a drink on me. You know, I've been searching for my destiny too.
It's useless to search for that. My people simply don't stand a chance against the shinobi villages of the great nations.
Is that all this guy can do? Complain?
You're wrong, you know. I am a teacher in a village, and what I do there is show the children just how they can fight back.
So what? Education can stop a war? Enough of your useless lecture!
Huh? Is he a shinobi too?
No, it can't stop a war, but perhaps at the least I can teach the children new skills that will enable them to make better choices.
Let me ask you, just what are those choices then?
Life or death, of course, those are the choices. The only lesson that I'm truly capable of teaching them is how to survive.
That's not good enough. I must find the revolutionary who can bring peace to the world, then make the choice that will get him there.
To bring destruction on this world, or to bring about a peace unlike any we've known. It all depends on the commitment of each person.
Could he be the one? Hey, you up there! You just might be the person I've been looking for.
Oh, really?
Tell me, how would you bring peace to this world?
This world is careening toward an age of war, strife, and sadness. Nothing can stop it.
You just said it depends on people's commitment. So how do we go about changing these people's destinies then?
All we can do is pray and have faith. That's all any man can do in a world like this one.
This man isn't the one either.
We need to change things. Okay, how? Nothing can be done. It's over. We were dead already.
What's that? This was just an ordinary village. Why would a shinobi do this? Shuriken Jutsu. You're from the Fuma, aren't you? You're a shinobi too. I'm journeying in search of one who will become my apprentice.
Why waste time on something so tedious? The balance of power between the lands is teetering, and we're standing on the verge of a great war. Destroyed because of a tip that shinobi had infiltrated it.
All that because of a mere tip?
It's destroy or be destroyed. In this world, you hesitate and you die.
You're pretty good. You know that?
You're a shinobi too, then I cannot let you live. Look, just give up now. This is our fate. The fate of shinobi.
Can I say something?
I don't want to hear it. Just die!
Give up, huh? Yeah, about that.
Even if you do take me down, another assassin will attack the village. As long as we're cursed to live in this world of the shinobi, there can be no peace.
The great Lord Elder's prophecy said that I'm destined to train the revolutionary who could at last bring peace to this troubled world. world. But in all my travels, I haven't even come close to finding this apprentice.
Jiraiya was forced to put his journeys on hold and return to the Hidden Leaf Village to do his part alongside the other shinobi.
It is really interesting how he went off, like, when he was so young.
Yeah.
It seemed like that was a later in life occurrence.
Yeah, he must have left when he was like 18 or like maybe even younger.
Younger.
We erase the sadness from the world of the shinobi. Let's find the revolutionary from the prophecy. I must choose the one who could bring peace to all of us.
The flames of war that have consumed so many throughout history finally drew in Jiraiya and his comrades. The conflict that they entered would one day be called the Third Great Ninja War. And afterward, thanks to their exploits, Jiraiya and his compatriots would come to be known as the legendary Sannin.
So this is a two-parter,
Okay.
just so you know. So there's some Jiraiya backstory. Again, like this stretch of episodes is like some of the best in the series. It's so good.
It's really interesting because we'd seen some of this backstory before. Like, we'd seen the bell test before, and we'd seen, like, I guess mainly just that.
And a bit, like, from Tsunade's point of view,
Yeah.
and more recently from Orochimaru's,
Yeah.
but not, like, a whole lot. We haven't seen
we
Jiraiya's
haven't
stories.
seen his full story, which is so interesting that he... First of all, yeah, that's interesting how he can summon, like, how his background of how he became the Toad Sage, like how he became the guy who can summon toads.
Yeah.
When I guess before that no one had ever been able to do that. And they literally just lived in this like crazy toad place.
Mount Miyaboku is what it was called.
Which is pretty cool, and there's like that super old toad who had a prophecy. And of course prophecies are never very comforting or sometimes it's like either you're going to do this thing and either it's going to be the outcome is going to be the best thing ever or the end of the world. Mm-hmm. And that decision is resting on your shoulders even though it's not, which is like such an interesting thing because Jiraiya, he's like, it's almost like he's the chosen one, but he's not because it's not really him. Mm-hmm. He just has to be the guide for the like chosen one, like in that thing, in normally of that like character type. It's like the prophecy is about them and about the thing that they are going to do. But for Jiraiya, it's like, oh no, you just need to like be open, be looking, learn a lot of stuff, find out all you can, and then raise someone else and hope that they like lead them in the right way so that they will make the right choice. Mm-hmm. It's kind of an interesting thing. But it's also interesting because he's like, well, I guess I'll just, like, leave. I guess I'll just go and look around and see what that means.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was like, I need to become the kind of person.
Yeah.
That was I love how he, like, put a lot of emphasis on that. He's just like, well, if that's my destiny, I am not the kind of person who can train a revolutionary, someone who's going to change the world.
I have to go and see this place and see that place and see...
I need to see the world.
The differences and different perspectives and the way different people live. And it's like he's discovering everyone else's ninja way or just normal human being way and other people's mindsets. But it's interesting because he's like taking it in, but he doesn't really agree with pretty much anything that he's seeing. He's like, this guy's like, he's like, gets hopeful, and then the guy's like, oh yeah, you just gotta pray. And Jiraiya's like, no, that's literally, that's not it. That's not what I'm looking for here. And the guy's like, it's kill or be killed. You can't stop it, and nothing will ever end. We just have to keep fighting each other. And he's like, well, I don't want to believe in that either. And then the other guy's like, I'm not useful unless there's a war. So now that there's a war, that's a good thing. And Jiraiya's like, no, like, none of this is, like, a thing that is going to help me. This is all things that I don't want to do.
The only one that he, like, agreed with was the other teacher who he, like, learned from, where he was just, like, the guy was like, well, I can't, like, you know, I can't teach them. I can't like mold them into exactly what I want, but the best I can do is teach them to think for themselves and make their own decisions, and hopefully they make the right choices. And that's like a piece of wisdom that
which is also interesting because that was sort of his whole thing anyway, is he was basically told you have to be a teacher. Like you're the one who has to impart whatever wisdom you can onto someone else.
But some teachers just like, oh, you're gonna do what I say, and here's the right way to do it, and do it this way. These are the choices you need to make. This is the philosophy you need to have.
I love that guy who was like, what, you think you can stop wars using education? And it's like, yeah. Like the only way.
Not every guy you run into on your path to enlightenment is a sage and a master of philosophy. Or,
That's true, but
sometimes they're just a guy in a bar, like getting pissed off and complaining. So
yeah, it's pretty
baby was
interesting.
creepy as
That
shit.
baby was so creepy. I wasn't expecting
I just love that the way it starts out is so like, it feels very Arthurian kind of like, or I don't know. It feels kind of Star Warsy as well. Like, just it feels like this, like the ancient wizard. This is where the sage. Like, it feels like a different time. It doesn't feel like the same thing.
It's also interesting. It's just really interesting to see to really get Jiraiya's journey and see how different it is. Like, because he and Naruto are kind of like a similar character, like they were like the same person in their 3-person squad. But Jiraiya had so much more dedication and understanding of that you need to put the time into things to actually get anything out of it. Like Naruto, as well as like all the other characters, are focused on, oh, how can I do this as fast as I can? I'm doing this for one day and nothing's happening. What the hell? And Jiraiya's like, oh, I'm putting lots of time in it. And as he's putting all this time into it, he's thinking like, oh, are my reasons for doing it really the reasons that I'm doing it for? Oh, maybe not. Like, he's a
lot more wise than
he's putting in a lot of work and like dedication, and he's training for 2 things at the same time. And that's how he's like getting better. He's not being given any handouts. He's just working as hard as he can towards a goal that he doesn't even know what he's looking for. And it's so interesting as well because he like gets this crazy prophecy, and at first he's like, yeah, I'm so awesome, I'm so cool, I have a prophecy. And then later on he like hears the prophecy and he's like, okay, that still doesn't result. I still have to keep getting better. And I'm not just the best ever because I did this training. I need to now like be training other aspects of myself. I don't know. It's just really interesting, and not something that they've tended to explore in Naruto up until this point.
Yeah. He's like, okay, I want to accomplish this thing. Why don't I go on a journey for the next 15 years and look for the person? Naruto's just like, God, I've tried for 2 days and I still can't get a handle on this jutsu.
Yeah, which is just. I mean, I guess that's just Naruto, and he is kind of special, so he can learn things faster, but it's just interesting to see Jiraiya be, like, so normal, and, like, it seemed like this is what training to be a ninja probably should have been, of, like, holding yourself accountable and being dedicated to what you're doing, and, like, training as part of your team, which is something that, like, seemed to not really happen so much for Naruto. Like, they trained as a team when they were like kids, and then after that they obviously Sasuke left, but Kakashi like just trained Sasuke for a long time, and Naruto went off with Jiraiya. I don't know. It's just interesting to see.
It's pretty cool stuff. We're gonna move right along to part 2. Hope you guys like and subscribe. Stay tuned for that. If you are watching on Patreon, thank you. If you want to get a week ahead, which means you get to see the next episode, if you just can't wait, you can go to patreon.com/bullcast. Links in the description. But we'll see you in the next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.